Balestier, one of the newer restaurants here in Nicanor Roxas St in Marikina. The name is not familiar to many except if you have stayed in Singapore, where there is a road named Balestier, which is home to many well-loved restaurants. That's how the young owner of Balestier, Mikee Rodriguez, thought of the name. Mikee studied in Ateneo and took up fine arts information design. He was in college when he discovered his love for cooking. Actually, Mikee's family has been in the food business for over 30 years now. This is the family that brought Sbarro to the Philippines and ran a few food franchises along the way. It is no surprise then that Mikee would follow in his parents' footsteps and try his hand in the restaurant business as well.
Eventually, I decided I wanted my own restaurant, and then.
How did he get the Singapore influence which inspired his restaurant's name?
So personally, that's why I named it Balestier, because that's where I really learned or really experienced the restaurant business. Because Balestier is a sort of fusion. I wouldn't say fusion, but like modern Asian cuisine. And I have a lot of influences from other cuisines. And Balestier, historically, the road Balestier is named after an American consul that had plantations in Singapore. And then historically, there's a lot of food history in Balestier. I think that's why Balestier is a very fitting name for a modern Asian restaurant.
It helped, of course, that Mikee's mom owns the building where this restaurant is located. When the owners decided to open the lower level to commercial establishments, Mikee grabbed the opportunity and opened Balestier. Inside, the interiors are modern, not contemporary. Mikee describes it as colonial, fusing the modern with the classical. The lower level can accommodate around 30 diners, while the second level can take in another 15, making it a total of 45 that Balestier can accommodate. There are several small dining places in Singapore, the hole-in-the-wall type that sport interiors like this, Mikee says.
There's just one area in Singapore that has a lot of this type of design. It's called Sbarro. There are a lot of expats, so it's very colonial, very classic, but modern as well, and like it's pretty cool. It's pretty chill.
That is exactly the vibe that he wants to create for Balestier, a comfortable and relaxing atmosphere perfect for dining and bonding. His target market initially was the younger crowd.
Probably like 18 to like 30s, early 30s. But we found that in Marikina, a lot of people that go out to eat are usually families. So in our heads, we sort of limited ourselves to that bracket, but we realized that we can go beyond that bracket.
This is fairly a new concept to the Marikina crowd, and according to Mikee, it was received well by the Marikina crowd.
At first, people were telling us that, hey, we don't have to travel to the fort anymore because there's a place nearby that's pretty classy, pretty chill, and good food, cheaper than fort. Now I think the reaction that we get most is, mura pala kayo. Because initially I think when they look at us, it looks expensive, it looks fancy and stuff. When they see the menu, when they actually go inside and look at the menu, they realize that we really made the price low for the surrounding market here in Marikina.
This young man is not taking his sweet time. Already, he is getting ready to go into catering and is gearing up for the opening of another new concept of his, a cafe, before the year ends. The residents of Marikina and beyond should watch out for this. For now, let's check out the menu that he developed for Balestier.
So these are our baos, and this is the prawn bao, this is the beef bao, this is the chicken bao, and the crab bao. This is made with sambal. It's a chili from Singapore. Well, it's not really from Singapore, but it's like Malaysian. This is our play on Peking duck, but since duck is too expensive, we use chicken. So it comes with the hoisin sauce that goes with the duck, and also the cucumber and the onion leeks.
This is their braised beef bao made with 5 spice. It is actually their take on the familiar pulled pork sandwich that Americans love.
And this last one is the prawn bao, which is actually my favorite because it's sort of like the ebi burger from Japan. It's pretty good. It has mayo and prawn patty with some cabbage on top.
All their baos come with generous servings of taro chips.
This one's 125 pesos, this one's 175, this one's 185, and this one's 125 as well.
That's for the light eaters. Let's move on to the heavier stuff in the menu.
Our next best sellers are the salted egg wings, the laksa, tsukemen, and the Hainanese chicken. This one's 225, this one's 375, and this one's 215. This is the Hainanese chicken. It's pretty basic. We didn't change much because it's pretty good as is. We didn't have to elevate it at all. We didn't want people to experience it differently because it's really good. This one is our laksa tsukemen. It's a play on 2 things. One is the laksa and the other is a tsukemen style ramen from Japan. We did that because we felt that the soup and the noodles is more appreciated separately, not together. And sometimes when the noodles are in the soup, the noodles get a bit soggy, and that's not good. Lastly is our salted egg wings.
Salted eggs, of course, have been the latest craze in restaurants. So Mikey thought of having one item in the menu with this ingredient, and it has caught up with many of the diners. Let's go over those baos and hot food again. This whole spread should feed a hungry barkada and their families. So maybe it's time to check out Balestier for yourself.
Hope you can visit us soon here on Nicanor Roxas St in Marikina. You can waze it. And please like our social media pages. It's both balestier.ph for Facebook and Instagram.